In Myanmar, the opposition leader Aung San Suu Kyi is coming to the end of her campaign. Sunday's elections will be the first after decades of military rule. If her party wins, she says she wants to lead, but it might be unconstitutional because she's banned from becoming president. Her candidacy is being backed by many of the country's Rohingya Muslims, but she won't be able to get any of their votes. Katie Arnold explains.
It is shortly after dawn at the Dapang camp for people who've been internally displaced, and the sick are waiting for the clinic to open. This one is run by Rohingya volunteers, who have to buy drugs from the Rakhine at twice the usual price.
We cannot always get the medicine we need, so sometimes we can only give our patients half of what they require. Often our patients cannot afford them, so we have to give the drugs away free of charge.
Religious violence that broke out across the state of Rakhine in 2012 forced Myanmar's Rohingya Muslims into these camps. Earlier this year, President Thein Sein stripped them of their voting rights, but they're still eagerly awaiting the result of Sunday's election.
If Aung San Suu Kyi wins the election, I think she might resettle us in our own places. This is what I hope.
Aung San Suu Kyi is the leader of the opposition party, National League for Democracy, but so far she has done little to indicate sympathy towards the persecuted minority. She campaigned in Rakhine last month, but refused to discuss the topic. And going into the election, her party does not have a single Muslim candidate. Kin Man Cho, who is running as an independent candidate, is one of only 11 Muslims in the country who have been allowed to stand for parliament.
Here in Myanmar, we have two big political parties. All these two parties has the policy of premeditated policies of exclusion Muslims.
If Sunday's election fails to bring about a change for the Rohingya, they may have to seek other means to escape their suffering.
If Aung San Suu Kyi does not win, then I'm not going to live here anymore. I will leave.
But since they are not free to leave the camp, this often involves paying human traffickers to flee by boat, a perilous journey that has already caused hundreds of deaths this year. It is unclear who will win Sunday's election, but if there is another refugee crisis in the Andaman Sea, then it will be clear who has lost. Katie Arnold, TRT World, Sitwe, Myanmar.